Hello and welcome to Game Tings. My name is Glitch, and I am here to give my review on LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. So grab some blue milk and let's get into it. My first impression of the game was fantastic. As a big fan of the Star Wars franchise, a heavy dose of nostalgia and LEGO humor was a warm welcome. With many characters being introduced from every movie series from the original trilogy, the prequels, and the sequels, you're introduced with every one of those movies as campaigns to play and explore. I started the game on the first movie in the franchise that I watched at episode 4, A New Hope. In comparison to the movie, a number of unimportant dialogues have either been cut out or shortened in favor of gameplay, and the important segments of the movie were converted to be more child friendly and mixed with LEGO humor, reminding me that yes, I am at least 20 years old, and yes, I am playing a kid's game. I don't regret it. Running on an RTX 2060, I can run the game fairly well enough to enjoy the experience. So mid-range graphics cards are fairly capable of playing the game at an enjoyable pace. The visuals are great, each planet has different aesthetics, and the environments look wonderful, from the sandy plains of Tatooine to the cityscape of Coruscant. The characters, pieces, vehicles, weapons, as well as the lightsaber effects, they all look really awesome and well enough with the LEGO aesthetic. Was the jokes about how detachable these characters are and how easily they can reassemble themselves, like you would expect from a LEGO game. Combat is simple. Different characters have unique ways of attacking enemies, with the Jedi deflecting bolts with lightsabers to using a bowcaster from Chewie. The cover system is similar to other third person shooters by walking up to the cover, but it seems to mean little as you can still get hit fairly consistently behind cover shooting. There is a skill tree you can divert your studs and collectibles into to upgrade your combat and interactions to make the couch co op experience even smoother. AI companions are fairly useless, like in previous LEGO titles, incapable of dealing enough damage in combat situations and blocking my way while fighting enemies at times. But they are at least programmed well enough to help solve the easy puzzles in the game. I would still recommend playing co op to have more fun kicking Imperial butt.
Qui-Gon told me to stay in this cockpit, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Bravo flight, let's get in close.
For space combat and flying mechanics, I'll be honest, I'm personally not a great pilot. I have my own record of crashing ships and planes from various other space games, but with how simplified and inconsistent the controls are, I crashed my X Wing multiple times with my disconnect from other space game experiences. Controls are expansive, with minigames, races, space combat, escape sequences, and boss fights have either very little differences between them or large gaps and leaps on how things interact. You'll find that the controls from doing the trench run and regular space exploration can be vastly different at times, though it's easy to tell in which situation you'll be for whichever controls. But the first time will be confusing. The game is ideally played on the controller since the fighting and building buttons are accessible and plays like any other puzzle platformer. I grew comfortable with the keyboard and mouse controls for space combat, however, but on the ground, It feels off as close combat requires the Q and E keys. With the game being open world, there's plenty to do for completionists. Many quests to follow to collect pieces, deal challenges, and achievements to acquire to 100% the game. Since it is also a kids game, markers are easy to find for story progression, easy to track on whatever quests or missions you want to follow and do. Places you've probably never really explored in other games is now explorable, from the Lars farm compound, Coruscant offices, the Jedi Temple, Camino cloning facilities, and many more. The puzzles are easy to kick back and solve. Things are obvious to do, and if you can't figure it out, break stuff. It always works out.
That's a one crazy catapult. It's a homing song.
The game's stories are, of course, based off of all the movies on all three trilogies. Despite being open world, story missions are easy to track and are easy to follow along. Main plot points are significantly reduced to a few sentences and jam-packed with a lot of Lego jokes along the way, which is a godsend, since when it comes down to the Phantom Menace, the disliked large portion of the movie was the politics in the Republic. Now that's been super reduced and, quite frankly, so easy to understand. All of these segments are replayable. Side missions are there for the completionist to achieve through unlocking characters, ships, mini builds, and such. Most of them being hide and seek quests, fetch quests, or hunting quests. The playable characters are from the movies and divided into different factions, from the Jedi to the Empire, but not from the shows, unfortunately, unless you're paying for the DLC to get the Mandalorian Din Djarin, Jyn Erso, or even Hunter from the Bad Batch. Could we not get Ahsoka Tano? Unlike the last LEGO Star Wars games I've played back in 2010, all the characters have spoken dialogue, so no Minecraft villager noises in this one. Paired with the classic soundtracks, the game sounds fresh and nostalgic.
You did not know the strength of your own anger.
The game is great. Having LEGO Star Wars return in a huge package, from open world exploration with LEGO shenanigans, the game as a whole provides a very enjoyable experience with inside jokes, immersion through LEGO World of Star Wars. Definitely worth the full price. And that is all I have to say about LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. It's a great game, worth the price, and a whole lot of content. So, if you like this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and even comment down below. We'd like to hear your thoughts about this game. And we hope to see you on the next video.